Welcome to Hexane in the first video on the official Hexane YouTube channel. And for this first video, it seemed only fitting that I do a ranking of the 31 monster flavors that I have tried and reviewed. If you want those individual reviews, have them over on the TikTok, at Hexane on TikTok. Very fun videos. I also post gaming clips and a host of other reviews and other random things. Some of which I will be moving over to YouTube, in longer form video content. But that's all besides the point. This video, we gotta get down to business, and we gotta rank some Monster Energy drinks. Now, like I said, I've tried and reviewed 31 flavors of Monster, and that is all of the ones that you see down here unranked. And in the NA, non-applicable category, we have the flavors that this particular tier list template had already listed that I have not tried yet, and so those will be staying in the non-applicable section for the moment. If I try, all of these flavors and more, then maybe I'll make an updated video, but we'll see. Starting off, we have, the non-applicable, and then we have trash, bad, fine, good, and godly liquid. Now, I know there might be a big disparity here between good and godly liquid, but good, more like great, to be honest, because Monster Energy is just so good. And then fine is like, you drink normally. Bad is like, I'd drink it if I had to, but like I wouldn't really go out and buy it. Trash, now that is, if someone like handed this to me for free, I wouldn't even drink it because it tastes like shit. And yeah, that's basically it to explain the tiers there. So let's go ahead and get right into it with the first flavor here. First flavor here is Ultra Blue Hawaiian, and I am just going to use the Ultra Blue picture they had, even though it's not the same flavor, I know, but just pretend this is Ultra Blue Hawaiian, okay? One of the newer flavors released in 2025. Go ahead and give that a good, solid tropical flavor, but honestly not bringing anything too new and exciting to the table as far as tropical flavors go. They got a lot of tropical monsters, so it kind of gets muddled out, but it is a solid flavor, so we'll call it good. Then we have Monster Zero Sugar. Go ahead and we'll put that in fine. It just tastes like original Monster, just with aspartame and not any kind of real sugar, so it is what it is. It's not bad. Anyway, we've got another new flavor for 2025, Ultra Vice Guava, and we'll put that right next to the other new flavor in the good category. Again, tropical flavors. Guava is very unique, and I love guava, but it's not anything. It's not anything incredible, but it is a very solid flavor and a flavor that I would definitely drink on the regular. Then we have, let's see here, Ultra Strawberry Dreams. Go ahead and put that in the fine category. It just tastes like strawberries and cream. It's nothing crazy, but it's solid. Right. Next we have Ultra Rosa here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the good category. I'd say it's on par with these newer flavors. It's pretty solid. It's got great grapefruit flavor, though it is fairly subtle. But the drink itself is smooth, and you get good citrus flavor, so you can't really complain. We have something very similar to that, Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. Go ahead and take that. I'll put that in good as well, honestly. I'd say it's on par with Ultra Rosa. It's pretty similar to Monster Zero Ultra, the white monster, which we'll get to momentarily, but solid citrus flavor. But nothing crazy. Pretty similar to other flavors that they offer, and other flavors that are also grapefruit or citrus that are better, so we can't put it any higher, unfortunately. Now we get on to crazy flavor here, and the first of the Monster Rehab flavors, we have Monster Rehab Strawberry Lemonade, and that is immediately going to get godly liquid status. Alright, so our first godly liquid, and that is because the balance between the lemonade and strawberry flavor is immaculate, and it reminds me a lot of Arizona Iced Tea's Gold Bear Strawberry Lemonade, which is a fantastic beverage and one of my favorite lemonade beverages in existence, and this comes very close to that, so I'd say it's one of the best rehab flavors as well. I say very easy godly liquid there. Alright, next we have Ultra Fiesta Mango. Now, this is a flavor I did not know existed until I just saw it at a gas station randomly one day. And honestly, I probably could have gone without knowing that it existed because it is very similar to all the other mango flavored energy drinks that exist. But it is still solid. I'd say it's definitely on par with the newer flavors and these grapefruit flavors here. Mango is one of those staple flavors in energy drinks and you know carbonated beverages in general. It's a very popular tropical fruit, so people make a lot of things with it. So it's great, but I can't make it godly because it is mango, and because it's so popular, it's so widespread. There's a lot of mango beverages out there, and it's kind of just another mango beverage. Alright, moving on. We have another Monster Rehab. We have Monster Rehab Peach Tea, and we're gonna go ahead and put that in the fine category. Again, peach is one of those staple flavors, very popular to make into beverages and things like that. So it's kind of just another peach beverage. And canned tea, especially Monster's tea, are kind of hit or miss. So it's not the best quality tea, I think, going into this can. And they add the peach flavor to it, which makes it good. It's drinkable, but I wouldn't really go out and buy it and drink it very often. Definitely one of the weaker Rehab flavors, but the Rehab line of energy drinks is great as a whole. So I still think it deserves to be on this higher side of the tier list here. Moving on, we have a very popular one, and popular for good reason. Monster Reserve, the Reserve line, which a lot of people forget about. Orange Dreamsicle, and that is immediately going to get godly liquid status. All right, it tastes exactly like an orange creamsicle or an orange cream soda. The orange flavor itself isn't super sweet and artificial, or punching you in the face saying, "Hey, I'm a fake orange." It's subtle enough and tastes kind of natural, and the balance between that and like the creamier element that they add there. And of course, it's your standard Monster Energy blend, so you get good caffeine content still. It's a great flavor, and I need to try more of these Monster Reserve because I think I've only tried the Orange Dreamsicle, and there's several other flavors that exist, so I need to get my hands on those and continue with that. Alright, moving on. Let's go ahead, and we have our first Monster Juice. We have Chaotic Monster Juice. And this might be controversial, but I'm going to have to give it a bad. It's not quite trash, it's drinkable. If someone gave me one of these, I would drink it. It's good. But it is a flavor, I think, that doesn't even know its own identity. It's a weird mix of citrus and tropical and botanical flavors that I don't really think meld well together. They're flavors that I think would be great on their own, and if it kind of picked a lane and stayed in it, it could be higher up here. But I think it just gets muddled down in its own confusion trying to do too much. And this is also a replacement for the original Monster Juice Chaos, which I've heard the original recipe was way better before they changed it. Changed the recipe, changed the name to Chaotic. So I'll have to get my hands on that eventually. But that's a discontinued flavor, so that's gonna be difficult. But for what's available today with the Chaotic Juice, not really my style. I'll be honest. This entire list, as you might assume, is personal preference at the end of the day. So disagree or agree. Do with this information what you will. Next, we have another juice. We have Pacific Punch, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a fine category. It's good. Gets the point across what it is. It's a pretty standard fruit punch. But fruit punches are kind of dime a dozen. So it's good for what it is. But what it is, I don't think can be any better than fine. It's just your standard red 40 in a can, which I do appreciate some red 40. I love my processed flavors and colors, but I can't put it any higher. Next, we have another juice. We have Rio Punch, and now this one is a little bit difficult to place because it is a unique flavor and it is very good. But I think I landed on good. We'll put it in good. I think it's in line with these other flavors here. It is very unique. It's got like fruity elements, vanilla, spice elements. It's refreshing. It's fairly complex for a Monster flavor, honestly. And so yeah, it's just a really good flavor. But there are parts of it that I think hold it back from being a godly liquid. It's just not quite on par with some of the stuff that we see up there. So I think it's pretty solid and good. But like I said, it was very difficult. I think it's right on the verge of these top two tiers here, but we'll put it in good just to be safe. Continuing the juice trend, we have Mango Loco, and with this one I have a bit of a controversial placement. I think I'm gonna have to put it in trash. Now I know what you're saying, mango. You just said it's one of those staple flavors that everybody likes, and it's delicious. And you're right, mango is delicious, but there are a dime a dozen. And I've already put a mango flavor up here. Fiesta Mango with the Zero Ultra here. Um, and this mango flavor, it's just basic mango, which is good. But like I said, there's so many of them, even within Monster's own lineup. And Mango Loco, as far as I'm aware, has one of, if not the highest sugar contents in any Monster energy drink, let alone, the juice line, which has a shit ton of sugar as it is. And compared to other energy drinks, I'm assuming this is also an insane amount of sugar. And so I just would never find myself choosing a Mango Loco for a mango flavored energy drink over something like a Fiesta Mango or one of the other mango flavors that we'll get to. So I have to put it in trash, honestly. I don't want diabetes, so I'm not drinking Mango Loco anymore. Sorry. Moving on, we have another rehab flavor. We have the green tea, which I'm gonna have to put in bad. Honestly, it's one of the weaker rehabs. I said the rehab line as a whole was pretty solid, and this is the one place where I think they were a little misguided in what they were doing. Like I said when I was talking about the peach tea earlier, canned tea from Monster Energy is usually fairly lackluster and not of a very good quality. At least for my palate, I'd like to think I have pretty good taste in tea. So for me, their tea is just doesn't do it for me. If I want a green tea, I'd buy like an Arizona iced tea where I get twice the volume for half the price. So I would just never really see myself drinking one of these. But I suppose if someone handed one to me, I'm not going to deny it. So whatever. We have our final rehab flavor up next. Tea plus lemonade. This is a godly liquid. I know, I'm sorry. But the tea and lemonade combo, an Arnold Palmer, whatever you want to call it, is a godly liquid combo on its own. And I think the way they balanced, the amount of tea with the amount of lemonade is right up where I like to have, that balance. Some people, like a 50-50 split between tea and lemonade. Some people like more tea. Some people like more lemonade when they mix the two. I honestly don't know where I stand. That opinion kind of changes. But whatever Monster did to balance, the tea and lemonade in this rehab flavor, they did a great job because it's right where I want it to be when I have an Arnold Palmer. And it's honestly tied with the strawberry lemonade, I think, for the best rehab flavor. And, it's in the running for one of the best Monster flavors, honestly. If I saw these on the shelves more often, I'd be grabbing them left and right. Now we're moving on to our first of the Java Monsters. They're coffee beverages. We have Loca Mocha, which I love mocha coffee, and so I thought I was going to love this flavor. And honestly, I really didn't. Coffee from an energy drink company, I should have expected to be a little lackluster, and it is. There was really no mocha flavor with it. It was, and this is the case with all of their Javas, which, spoiler alert for the other one that we have on this list, but their coffee is very creamer heavy. The amount of actual coffee flavor that you get in these Java Monsters is very subtle and very muddled by the cream and other additives that they have in there. They're very sweet, and I find myself getting a headache more often than not drinking these than actually getting, a good caffeinated beverage experience. So this Loco Mocha, which didn't even taste like mocha, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in bad. It's almost trash, honestly, but I think what just barely saves it is the fact that the sweet creamer coffee flavor is recognizable and is something that I can stand. If someone, hands me one of these for free, I'll drink it just so I can get some caffeine, I guess, but I might regret it on the toilet later. So definitely not my first choice for coffee. Definitely not for coffee or for a Monster. Anyway, we have a great pick for our next one. We have Monster Nitro Peach, and this is an easy, godly liquid. This is a fantastic beverage. Peach, like I said, one of the staple flavors. We'll have several other peach flavored beverages here. We already have. And when you nitrogenate, is that the right word? I don't know. But when you make a drink bubbly with nitrogen instead of carbon, like carbonating it, it just gives it such a smoother texture. The bubbles seem finer, and it just goes down smoother. It's creamier. It's just a more enjoyable drinking experience. And when you put that in a peach format here, like they did, it's absolutely phenomenal, and I love it. One of my favorite Monster flavors as of late, and I think it's a solid flavor. Honestly, if you take anything away from this Monster ranking, which I hope you get something out of this, otherwise this is just going to be a waste of time. And honestly, it might be a waste of time, but thank you for wasting it with me. Try this Nitro Peach flavor. All right, I don't care if you try any of these other flavors, just try Nitro Peach because it's so good. Cosmic Peach, I should say it to be specific. They like to, do funny stuff with the name. Moving on, we have another Ultra Zero flavor. We have Ultra Watermelon. Now this one here, I'll go ahead and put in fine. I'm not a huge fan of watermelon flavored beverages. I like them. I think watermelon is a pretty solid flavor. It's not maybe like the first tier of staple, energy drink flavors, but it's like right beneath that. It's almost there. It's almost a flavor that everybody's got and everyone enjoys. But it's got pretty average watermelon flavor, and it's not really anything special. So go ahead, just put in fine. Then we have Pipeline Punch. Now this one here also might be a controversial pick, but that's a godly liquid. Honestly, it's probably their best tropical flavored beverage, unless you want to count, some of the individual tropical fruit flavors. But as far as like a mixture of tropical flavors, Pipeline Punch is honestly the best, and I think it's honestly the best juice. It's the best lineup in the juice line. It's incredible. Great tropical flavor, goes down smooth, very refreshing, gives you energy, as all of these will, but energy in a way that you don't necessarily regret later. So that's just a great choice. All right, we have our other Nitro flavor here, Nitro Extra Dry. And like the other Nitro, I'm gonna have to give it godly liquid status. This was the first, Nitro Monster I tried before the Cosmic Peach, and it's fantastic. Like I said, all the same pros that I talked about with Cosmic Peach. It being nitro instead of carbonated. It's kind of hard to describe a nitro beverage if you haven't tasted one. It's honestly just like smoother, smaller bubbles. It's kind of weird, but it's fantastic, and I love it. So let's go ahead and move on from that because easy godly liquid. We have Ultraviolet, which is their grape offering for the Zero Ultra series, and I'm gonna have to call it trash. I'm not a huge fan of grape flavored energy drinks. I know it is a staple flavor. People like their grape flavored beverages, sodas, energy drinks, what have you. But I just don't like it. It's a very artificial grape flavor. It's like grape soda someone fished out of a septic tank. It's just not good. It's just not good at all. All right, so let's move on from that trash, and we have Ultra Paradise, which is the complete opposite of trash. That is a godly liquid. It is fantastic. It's great tropical flavor, similar to Pipeline Punch, but it's different. It's more citrus based, I believe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe the tropical flavor that it presents because it is fairly unique, I think, and it being carbonated, I think, gives it the slight edge over something like Pipeline Punch. And it's refreshing, and as far as unnaturally green liquids go, this is perfect. Original Monster is unnaturally green and looks like some radioactive battery acid, and Ultra Paradise is that times 10. You know, it's fantastic. It is honestly, it is very much a monster energy drink, and for that, godly liquid. All right, next we have Ultra Peachy Keen. We have their primary peach offering, because I believe, you know, their zero sugar beverages are probably some of their most popular, and that is also going to get godly liquid status. Great peach flavor, great balance, you know, of the artificial sweetness and the peach fruit flavor itself. And you know, it's what a peach drink should be, and you know, it's up here with their other peach offering. So, you know how good the peach stuff is. Solid flavor, and you know, I'll definitely pick this over like a peach juice or this the Monster Rehab, the peach tea, because you know it has zero sugar, and I think the balance of peach flavor is honestly just a lot better with that. We have Aussie Lemonade next, and you know, along with the controversial picks we have, got another controversial one here because this is a, you know, pretty popular flavor, but it's bad. It's bad, guys. You gotta face it. It's very overrated, I think. You know, it's called Aussie Lemonade, and they were trying to go for lemonade vibes, but it does not taste like lemonade at all. It tastes like a soda trying to be a lemonade. It tastes like an energy drink brand, you know, synthesized lemonade in a laboratory after, you know, smelling a lemon. Not even like they even tried real lemonade themselves. It just, it's just not that good. And to give it some credit, it does look like Mellow Yellow, which I love Mellow Yellow better than Mountain Dew, I'll say it. But unnaturally yellow or greenish colored liquid here, and not in a good way like the Ultra Paradise. You know, we love a good green liquid, but this off-putting, you know, failing liver neon yellow that the Aussie Lemonade brings, not really my vibe. Moving on, we have a flavor I don't think people really drink a whole lot, but a flavor I've tried nonetheless. Low carb. Go ahead and put that in bad. It just tastes like, you know, the regular Monster recipe, maybe just a little less sweet. But it's like they neutered the original Monster. You know, they just cut its balls off and called it low carb, and yeah, it's just not that good. Next we have Ultra Sunrise, which is an orange offering. You know, orange, another one of those you know, staple flavors that energy drink companies, beverage companies in general, like to have, and it gets godly liquid status. If, you know, not for any particular reason, but just because it tastes like a vitamin C supplement. You know, kind of artificial orange flavor, but in a good way, which is hard to describe. You know, like the orange dreamsicle Monster over here, it was a more natural orange, and you know, an orange cream flavor, which is very smooth, very delicious. This is just straight up artificial orange, which, you know, I usually don't like the artificial flavors, as I've stated before, but for some reason this just hits different, and it's great. It's so refreshing, and honestly one of the staple flavors as far as the zero sugar Monsters go. Next we have what I believe to be the best Monster flavor, Monster Zero Ultra, the white Monster here. You know, it's what started it all. You know, with the Ultra line. It's fantastic. I would choose this over any one of these flavors any day, and I would choose it over almost any other energy drink any day. It's just so good. Next we have our other Java Monster, coffee Monster. We have Java Irish Cream, which I'm gonna go ahead and give it a fine. You know, I think it's better than the Loca Mocha there, because it actually tastes, you know, fairly unique, and they're not trying to hide the fact that it is just coffee with a shit ton of creamer in it. Because, you know, that's kind of the whole point of Irish cream. As was the case with the Loca Mocha, it's still too much cream, though, in my opinion. It's nothing special, but I would drink it. We're down to our last two. We'll save our original Monster for last, why not? So we'll do the other brand new flavor as of 2025. We have Juice Viking Berry, and that honestly gets godly liquid status. I think it's better than the other two new flavor offerings, though those were great. This is just fantastic. You know, it's a fairly unique berry flavor. Like a lot of the other Monster juices, it does have some real juice in it, which is a plus. The berry flavor that they bring, it's fairly unique. You get like blackberry, blueberry flavors, but you also get some other berries that I couldn't really identify that just enhance the overall flavor. It's sweet without being too sweet or unnaturally so. And like I said, with those berry flavors, they taste like they came from a natural place. It's not a super artificial flavor. It's fantastic. I love it. So that easily gets a godly liquid, and that's honestly one of my favorite new energy drink flavors for the year of 2025 so far. So fantastic. And then of course seems only fitting that we end on the OG Monster. And this is going to be a bit anticlimactic, but I think it's a fine. You know, on the same level as a zero sugar, because it'll obviously taste very similar. Just one doesn't have any sugar, of course. But OG Monster is just tried and true battery acid, nuclear waste, whatever you want to call it. Kyle's piss. It's good, but it's nothing special. And for that, we'll give it a fine, and that's where we'll end it. Just a quick I'll give you just a quick overview of the best flavors here. We got the Zero Ultra, we've got Rehab Strawberry Lemonade, the Reserve Orange Dreamsicle, Rehab Tea Plus Lemonade, the Nitro Cosmic Peach, Pipeline Punch Juice, Nitro Extra Dry. We have Ultra Peachy Keen, Ultra Paradise, Ultra Sunrise, and the new Viking Berry Juice. All very solid flavors. If you take away anything from this video, like I said, go try Cosmic Peach, but to be fair, try any of these flavors if you haven't. And if you like any of these one flavors and you think any of these flavors down here at the bottom should be in godly liquid status, let me know. Yell at me, I don't care. Let me know your opinions. In the future I think I'm gonna do maybe some more tier lists if this does alright. We'll definitely do a variety of things. I have several different interests besides energy drinks. This has kind of just been what my mind's been on recently, with the TikToks I've made, things like that. So I will probably be moving away from energy drinks to other things in the future. But let me know what you want to see. I'll make it whatever. So looking forward to that. And like I said at the beginning, I've reviewed all of these flavors individually on my TikTok. Follow the TikTok at Hexane if you're interested. Solid content over there. And yeah, that'll be all, guys. Thank you for watching.